Hi guys, Joe here with another review for you today. Today's juice review is coming from Recommended Vape Juice. These are a couple of mixologists, I will call them, who are working together to bring you fantastic flavours at great prices. They've sent me over a couple of flavours to try from their old stock before they go to the TPD compliant bottles. So please don't be going, oh, these are TPD compliant bottles, blah 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 blah. So this one is going to be Meakins milk. It is a strawberry and cream flavour. It's going to go onto the Rig V2 on the roughneck with some fresh cotton in there. So before we get started, I just want to clear a few things of what's going on with the channel. Going to start being a little bit more active. Unfortunately, life has got in the way, but things are going to start picking up. There's a new channel idea that I'm throwing around with a couple of vapors, so hopefully they'll be able to shed some light on that as well when things get going. Just a little bit of a rundown for what's coming up on the channel. We're going to be doing some battery rewrap tutorials, so we're going to show you how to do that safely, because the last thing I want you to do is to do a rewrap and blow yourself up. We're going to be reviewing another juice from Recommended Vape Juice. I've got 1, 2, 3 flavours coming from Future Juice, which, as you can see, these are the new TPD compliant Nick shot bottles. So these are 0 milligram. So they don't need to be in 10ml bottles. And as you can see on the front there, it's got all your instructions. They do come with these. Oops, a bit of cotton on there. These Dark Star Nick shots. I have already done a tutorial on that just to show you how to use them. So please do go and check that out. What else have we got? We've got this month's issue of Suborn magazine. There's some great reviews in here. Devil Vapor, Cardiff Vapor, Vaping with Vic's in there as well. He's done another one for them. You got Kev, the Telford Vapors in there. There's so many great reviews. Steve Nichols, go and check out his channel. The guy's fantastic. He's got a review in here. There's also a fun little thing to do with their space program, which is here. So go and check it out. If you do want some of the Suborn magazine being delivered every month to your house, check the description below. There will be a link to their website there where you can sign up. You grab a newsletter and you'll get some copies sent to the house. Or even better, go to your local vape shop, say, look, Suborn magazine, it's free. Get yourself in the distribution list. They'll send the shop 20, 30 copies and they're free for everyone to pick up and have a look. So the cotton I'm using today is Fusion Cotton, which I'm also going to be reviewing soon. I'm trying to think what else I've got coming up. I've got a couple of the 12 monkeys. I've got 3 12 monkeys coming up. I've got Bonnegat, which again is a 0 Nick, so you don't need to have the bottles, the 10ml bottles. Although 12 monkeys will be doing 10ml bottles. I've got Macaraz coming up, and Mangabiz, that's coming up. I've also got some from Tit Sauce, but I think the 2 bottles for that are downstairs, so unfortunately I can't show you them. And I've also got a review of a Tab Lights juice, which will be very, very interesting, so make sure you go and check that out. So let's get on to the review for Meakins milk. So like I said, it's a strawberry and cream. This one's mixed by Lee. He poured his heart and soul into this juice. It is his own design, I should say, his own mixing. He obviously is that proud of what he's done. He stuck his own name on there. He could have called it anything, but he stuck his last name on there just to show you who he is and what he does. So I'm just going to get this nice and juicy to make sure that we get some good cloud production. On the rig, I'm using flat wire, which has got 6 wraps on each side, so it's ohming at about 0.2.5, 0.3, depending on your own reader and how good it is. As you can hear, my cat is now telling me that she wants some fuss. She ain't getting on while I'm doing the review, so sorry love. Let's get a bit more on there. Okay, so we're back. The cat was telling me she was hungry, so fed the cat. She should now hopefully be quiet. So yeah, let's get back to putting some of this juice in here. As I was saying, the wire I'm using is the flat wire, ohming at 0.2, 0.3 between there, depending on how well I've wrapped it, and the ohm reader I'm using. Some don't pick up flat wire very well, which is odd. I don't know why, but it's just I found that, especially with the Geek Vape tab, it doesn't pick up as well as, say, the Core Master 510 tab. Sort of the lower ohmage, the point ohmage, so 0.2, 0.3, it'll vary between that, but it won't give you an exact sort of 0.25, 0.26, as well as the Core Master will. So let's get into the juice. So on the inhale, first thing you hit by is a very fresh strawberry, not a candied strawberry, which is really nice. I'm really surprised about that. I was expecting a candied strawberry. Then there's a subtle note, and it's not very creamy. It's more custardy to my taste, anyway. So I would call that a strawberry and custard rather than a strawberry and cream. But again, it's fantastic. And on the exhale, that's when you really, really, really get the custard. So I'm liking it. I'm liking it. It's really good juice. What it reminds me of is, remember that about 18 months ago, maybe to 2 years ago now, the hype for Mother's Milk, and everyone was going, "Oh, it's the best strawberry, best, it's the best, it's the best." And I always thought it was lacking something, and this juice is what it was lacking. It's the custard rather than the cream in this, from what I'm picking up, just makes it that bit better than what Mother's Milk was. It was a good juice, yeah, don't get me wrong, but it was always missing something for me, and I think this Meakins milk has definitely found it. It's yeah, it's a great juice, and it's not the custard isn't overly sickly, and it's not a packet custard like you get all the Devonshire custard, ambrosia, things like that. This is definitely a homemade custard, so it's really weird the way I'm saying it, but it's kind of like you're getting sort of the not the powder, because obviously you get that from the mixtures, but sort of like the freshness of a proper custard rather than the powder mixes or the ones you get out of the carton. It's lovely. It's not overly sweet. It's really, really smooth on the inhale and on the exhale. There's no sort of like rough bits towards the flavouring. There's no sort of over ampage from one flavour of the strawberry or the custard. It's a smooth vape throughout. The flavour profiles are really there. Again, I would call it more a strawberry and custard than a strawberry and cream, but again, my palate's a little bit different to everybody else's, so you may pick up more of a cream note when you try it, but I'm definitely picking up custards. And as you can see, cloud production is fantastic. It is a 70-30, I think. Just want to make sure. No, it doesn't say on the bottle. I'm pretty sure it's a 70-30. So you're not going to get massive amounts of clouds like you would from a super high VG juice, but you are going to get good, sufficient cloud production. I mean, I've sort of stepped away from wanting massive amounts of cloud now, but I really am all about the flavour. I think when I first started vaping and I sort of moved on to the high power devices, I was definitely wanting the cloud. I wanted to chuck as many as possible, but now it really is about finding the better flavours, ones that are going to keep me satisfied for longer, and ones that I can vape all day rather than having to carry 3, 4, 5 liquids with me throughout a day. Now I'm only carrying 1 or 2, which is obviously definitely making my pockets lighter. So that is Meakins milk. I would give this a good solid 4 out of 5 and sort of 8 out of 10. It's definitely a nice juice. I would definitely recommend it because it's a recommended vape juice. But no, yeah, it's a lovely juice, as you can see. I have gone through quite a lot of this already. I've had it 3 or 4 days, mixing it with obviously the other juices that I've got to try for the review just to make sure that they are vapable and I can get a good flavour profile from them. I can build some notes on them, which I always do with all my reviews. This is why you see me looking down every now and again. So last thing before I let everybody go, it's not something I've done for a while on this channel, and it's not something I genuinely do, but I went to Vape Expo in October, and I came away with so much stuff. It was great, and I was like, thanks to all the companies, and this was given to me for the purpose of this of a giveaway. So I'm going to get round to it. So this is a brand new, never used You Got E-Juice build mat. So as you can see, I'll just give you a quick overview of it there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask everybody that views the video to please hit the subscribe button, leave a like or a comment on the video, and I would also like you to visit the recommended vape juice and become a member on there. It's on Facebook, and I will correlate the comments and likes and subscribers from my channel with the members of the page, and I will run this giveaway via the recommended vape juice Facebook group when that is done. So all in all, I want to say a big thanks to Lee for mixing up the juice. It was absolutely lovely. Definitely go and check out the recommended vape juice Facebook page, which will be in the description below. There will be a link to my sponsors vape bar, my other sponsors Future Juice. We've got who else am I going to link to there? Recommended vape juice, Subo magazine. I'll get all of them in the description for you, and hopefully you'll see me in the next couple of days with another review. If you do like what you're seeing, please let me know. Give me a like, a comment. You can give me a dislike and a comment and tell me what you'd like to see more of, or if there's something you think I should be doing that I'm not. All feedback is great. I do appreciate it, and I will see you again soon. So as always, guys, stay frosty.